You are here for a reason. Not by chance, not by algorithm, but because a deeper part of you knows there is more to your power than you have been told. You have been told to think positive thoughts, to hold a high vibration, and to wait with patient faith for the universe to deliver your desires. You have been taught the law of attraction. It's a beautiful idea, isn't it? That if you just wish hard enough, hope long enough, and stay positive enough, the things you dream of will be drawn to you from some faraway place. And while this teaching holds a kernel of truth, for so many beautiful souls like you, it has become a source of quiet frustration. A cycle of hope, followed by the heartbreaking feeling of emptiness. You visualize, you affirm, you script, and then you open your eyes, and the world looks exactly the same. The bank account has the same number. The other side of the bed is still empty. The reflection in the mirror whispers the same old stories of not enough. This waiting game, this constant reaching for something outside of yourself, introduces a subtle but powerful poison into your energy. The feeling of lack. Every moment you spend attracting something, you are sending a powerful signal to the very fabric of reality that you do not have it now. Your heart, your subconscious mind, your entire energetic being is vibrating with the truth of its absence. Imagine that you are at a train station. You'd like to visit a lovely place named your dream life. The law of attraction says to look down the tracks. Picture the train far away. Feel excited about its arrival, and then wait calmly for it to come to you. You have to wait. You have hope. You look. But every second you look at the empty tracks, you learn one easy thing. The train is not here. You're not on it. You are still in the same place where you were before. At this point, our view of reality needs a major overhaul. Mystics from long ago were right when they said that the universe is not a big empty space with things in it. Modern physics is starting to prove this. It is a field that is alive, smart, connected, and has endless promise. This is the quantum field. There is an ocean of pure energy and information there, and every possible reality is already there as a wave of possibility. Being rich, being loved deeply, and being healthy and full of life are all possible. You don't have to start from scratch to construct these dreams. They are realities that already exist and are fully formed. They are in what scientists call a state of superposition. All of them exist at the same time, right now. What's wrong with the old law of attraction is that waiting and watching for what you want is like measuring your present world all the time. The name for this effect in quantum physics is the observer effect. You collapse waves of possibility into a single, particle-like reality, no matter what you put your conscious awareness on. When you look for proof that what you want is coming and don't find any, you are actively collapsing the quantum field into the lack of it. Because your attention is fixed on the empty tracks, you are unknowingly using your huge strength to stop the train from coming. This is the state of decoherence, in which the beautiful, unlimited potential of your desire loses its coherence and collapses back into the patterns of your old world. What if I told you there was another law? A rule that doesn't make you wait for the train. A law that tells you to get on the train right away and gives you a ticket. Because the train was never that far away. It was always there, but you couldn't see it. It was just waiting for you to move on it. This is what the law of assumption says. It will never hurt you to wait for your life to start again once you really understand how powerful it is. You'll understand that you're not here to find your world. You're here to choose it. Don't leave me yet. I promise that by the end of this trip, You will fully understand why this law works at the speed of light, and how you can use it right now to leave the waiting room and begin the life that is truly yours. Take a deep breath and press the like button if you're ready to leave the waiting area. You can think of this simple physical movement as a strong, energetic agreement. Your vote in the quantum field is to like this video, which means you are moving from the frequency of waiting to the frequency of being. This action makes you more in tune with this message and anchors the energy of instant creation in your personal field. Neville Goddard, a spiritual teacher, told us a shocking and freeing fact that changes the very basis of how we make things. He taught me that you don't attract what you want, but what you believe to be true. It's not just a small change in words, it's a whole new way of thinking. When you do this, you go from being a passive, hopeful waiter to being the sovereign, aware maker. The law of attraction puts you in situations where you have to ask, plead, or bargain with the world outside of you. Earth, please send me love. Please bring me plenty. No matter how positive this position is, it comes from the idea that you and your wish are separate. What scientists might call destructive interference is made. The way you feel about not having it is a wave that is not in sync with the wave of potential that you want it to be. These two waves cancel each other out when they collide, leaving behind silence, static, and a world that doesn't seem to change. There is, however, an act of constructive intervention called the law of assumption. To align your whole being with the world you want to experience is to choose to do so. It's about becoming the state of having your dream come true. You don't say, "I want to be loved so badly that I will try to find a partner." Instead, you close your eyes and gently believe, "I am loved. I am loved, cherished, and favored." You represent the state, "I am abundant," rather than thinking, "I need more money." I will picture checks coming in the mail. I feel safe, successful, and financially free. Feel the change in your body as you read those words? The initial state sounds like a longing or an attempt to reach across a void. The second one feels like remembering something and relaxing into a truth that you already know. Your body will tell you to wait for a feeling. The law of assumption tells you to create the feeling right now, no matter what is going on around you. Faking it until you make it is not the point here. You have to understand that the quantum field doesn't care about what you say or even what you think. You can feel it responding to you. You send out a coherent, energetic signature, and it reacts to that. The strongest message you can send to the world is who you are. This is how fast it goes. It works so much faster than attraction, because it creates things directly instead of going through the slow and unsure process of attraction. One way to describe it is quantum tunneling. A particle in the quantum world can do something that isn't possible in the classical world. It can go straight through a solid wall without having to jump over it. It doesn't try to get past the obstacle. It just shows up on the other side. In order to reach the peak of your goal, you have to climb the mountain of your current situation when you use the law of attraction. The process is long and hard. You are quantum tunneling when you use the law of assumption. You just choose to live on the other side of the mountain. You choose to live in the reality of your fulfilled desire instead of the solid evidence of your present reality. You aren't slowly changing the world. You are taking a quantum leap from one reality to another. As soon as your inner mind accepts this new identity, reality will change to fit this new, most important truth. The world you see is not a real, objective thing. You can see your state of consciousness in it like a mirror. If you change the view you're looking at, the mirror should show you a different picture. Don't wait for the world to change. Change yourself so that the world can see the new you. If this truth hits you deep down, claim it in the comments by writing, "I select." Please do more than just type. Make a statement. As you become aware of this, you move from being a passive waiter to being an observer with the power to choose which reality to collapse from the endless field of possibility. Now that you are choosing, you are no longer hoping. To really understand why assumption is so strong, let's look into the many worlds interpretation, or the idea of parallel worlds. This is one of the most beautiful and mind-boggling ideas in quantum physics. In its own parallel timeline or world, this theory says that every possibility that could ever happen does happen. Imagine a huge library that never ends. In this library, every book is a full, finished reality. In a book, you're a famous artist. In another, you play a spiritual leader. In one book, you are living in your dream home with your partner and are in great health. Yes, there is also the book you are reading right now. All of these realities, all of these books, are on the shelves of the quantum field at the same time. All of them are real and legal, and you can get any of them right now. You are consciousness, not your body. Your consciousness is like a cosmic reader who has a card that lets them read anything in this huge library. You're not here to start writing a new book from scratch. Pick the book you want to read and the truth you want to bring to life with your awareness. Stand in the aisle of your present reality and say affirmations out loud until the book you want magically falls off the shelf and into your hands. This is what the law of attraction says you should do. It might work, but it's useless and wears you out. You can walk over to the shelf, grab the book called My Perfect, Abundant, Joyful Life, and start reading it as if it were your own story. This is called the law of assumption. To do this, you have to imagine yourself living in that world. When you make an assumption, you tune your conscious and subconscious mind to the exact vibrational signature of that other timeline. Each and everything has its own frequency. There is a low, dense frequency of fear and worry in the reality where you are having trouble with money. There is a high frequency of peace, safety, and thanks in the reality where you don't have to worry about money. When you send out the frequency of lack, you can't feel the reality of abundance. It's not possible. Like trying to turn your car radio to a classical station while it's already set to a rock station. You can already hear the music you want, but you won't be able to hear it until you change the tone. Your tuning dial is made up of your thoughts and feelings. Being in the state of having your wish come true helps you connect with the time when it has already happened. You're not making it. You're just choosing it. You're not pulling it to you. You're moving toward it. This is why sudden improvements can feel so fast. You have trouble one day, and then everything works out the next. The right person calls, a chance appears out of nowhere, and the money shows up. This isn't a slow process of interest coming to a head. This is a change in phase. To compare, it's like water boiling. At 97, 98, 99 degrees, it stays liquid. But in an instant, it changes into a totally different state. Steam. The energy that raises the temperature of your consciousness is your strong, steadfast belief. As soon as you hit the important point of knowing and being, your outside reality goes through a phase transition and rearranges itself to match your new state. You were able to change the times. If you know this to be true in your heart, make it real by leaving a comment below with the words, "Timeline shift." This act should be a mindful message to your subconscious mind that you are ready to make this change. As you realize this, you are not constructing a new future one brick at a time. Instead, you are getting ready to take a huge quantum leap into a world where your happiness is already complete. How do I get what I want? Should never be asked. It's really about which version of myself, which reality, am I choosing to animate with my consciousness right now? The answer to this question is the key to everything. Subscribe to this channel to support your ongoing high level of awareness. Don't just think of this as a subscription. Make a promise to yourself to stay tuned to this broadcast of strength. When you subscribe, an ongoing energetic link is made. This keeps your consciousness in sync with the truth of your creative power, which speeds up and smooths out your timeline shift. To make this quantum leap, you need to understand your subconscious mind, which is the strong engine that makes this reality-shifting machine work. Your conscious mind is like a programmer, and your inner mind is like a quantum computer that can do anything. To establish coherence between your inner and outer worlds is this computer's single, unwavering command. You give it programs, like your beliefs and assumptions, and it runs them over and over again, shaping your thoughts and actions and changing the quantum field to give you experiences that fit the program. The most important thing to remember is that your inner mind doesn't laugh or judge. It doesn't know the difference between what you believe to be real and what is real in the 3D world. For the mind, a strong belief is like being told what to do. It is a piece of code that needs to be run. This is how the law of attraction can trick you. While you say, "I want to be wealthy," your mind knows that you want more money. However, deep down, your mind is hearing the frequency that says, "The current program is, I am not wealthy. I will continue to run this program." Then it sets up your world to show that what you believe is true. You will miss out on chances, get bills you didn't expect, and feel anxious about money all the time, which is a perfect reflection of your core belief that you don't have enough. However, the law of assumption talks in the language of the mind. As soon as you say and feel, "I am wealthy," you give your quantum computer a new, clear, and direct program. The old code is being replaced by yours. This process moves so quickly for two main reasons. First, the subconscious mind doesn't fight. Not like your conscious mind, which is full of doubt, reasoning, and past evidence, the subconscious mind believes repeated, emotional assumptions to be true. If someone told you as a child that you were unlucky, your mind took that as truth. After that, it will do everything it can to prove you right by making unlucky things happen. But as soon as you keep telling yourself, "I am so lucky, everything always works out for me," your subconscious says, "Okay, new program running," and it starts to change your reality right away to confirm your new identity. It will bring you lucky meetings, bring out synchronicities, and change the odds in your favor. Second, identity makes actions happen automatically. You can't really change if you force yourself to do something. You have to do something that comes from who you think you are. You don't need to read books on how to be confident if you already think you are a confident and interesting person. You'll look each other in the eyes easily. You'll be able to hear better. When you walk into a room, it will feel different. These things aren't what you're trying to do. They're just how your new identity program works. Then, these coordinated actions speed up your results, making a lovely feedback loop that solidifies your thought reality even more quickly. You can beg and wish, but the world doesn't listen. In response to the strong, clear signal of your presence, it acts. Hope is a weak signal that is full of noise. The quantum field picks up on the clear, strong message of being, which tells reality to take shape. Not everyone in the world needs to believe in you. You only need to believe in yourself. The universe will have no choice but to follow you once you do that. So, how do you put this into practice? How do you go from knowing something in your head to experiencing it? How can you really make this new reality stick in your mind so that it becomes your truth? Neville Goddard gave us a set of tools that are simple, beautiful, and very useful. We should look at them through the lens of quantum reality. First rule: live until the end. This key is the most important one. Do not picture the trip when you want to bring something into your life. Don't think about the things you need to do to get there. Skip all the way to the end. Picture a short, simple scene or a feeling that makes you feel like your wish has already come true. If you want to be in a loving relationship, don't picture yourself going on first dates. Think about how easy and relaxing it would be to lie in bed next to your partner and feel their hand on yours. You would be at peace and know you were at home. Don't think about the stress of starting a business if you want to get rich. Imagine how free and happy you'd feel when you looked at your bank account and saw a number that made you feel completely safe. What makes this work so well? Since living in the end gives your consciousness a clear, final place to go. You give the quantum field an exact set of coordinates in the infinite superposition of possibilities. With your focused imagination, you pick out one wave and actively collapse it. When you feel the emotions of the end result, the relief, the joy, the peace, and the gratitude, you create the exact energy signature of that other world. This time, you're listening into that station, not just hoping to find it. You are telling your mind, this is where we're going. Change everything so we can get here now. The second key is the mental diet. Your mental world is constantly in a state of creation. Your most powerful statements come from the quiet talks you have with yourself. When you go on a mental diet, you take care of your own mind. It means paying attention to the negative, uncertain thoughts and inner chatter that keep you stuck in the same old situation. You're letting decoherence happen every time you think, this will never work, or I'm just not good enough. You are adding noise to your quantum signal, which makes the possibility of the reality you want less likely. Keeping quantum coherence is what a mental diet is all about. It doesn't mean you'll never have another bad thought. That's not possible. It means that when a thought comes up that goes against what you believe, you don't fight it. But you also don't feed it either. You just read it over carefully after noticing it. If your mind says, I'm so broke, you gently tell it, that's an old story. The truth is that I have a lot of money and it comes to me quickly. This talk with yourself is the language that programs your world. You strengthen the neural pathways in your brain that are connected to your fulfilled wish every time you choose the thought that goes with it. You also send a consistent, coherent signal into the quantum field. You are not paying attention to the old world. Instead, you are giving your full attention to the new one. If you really want to take charge of your inner world, let's hear about it in the comments with coherent signal. This should help you stay in tune with your energy. When you see these words, always remember that your only job is to keep the sound of your show clear. You are going past the noise of fear and doubt and choosing to send a clear, strong, and consistent signal that your wish has already come true. Third key: review. One of Neville's most powerful and overlooked moves is this one. Revision is the act of writing over your past in your mind. At the end of the day, you can think back on anything that made you feel bad or didn't go the way you wanted it to. In your mind, you change the scene to be exactly how you wanted it to go. If you were having a bad talk, Picture it going perfectly well. If you were turned down, pretend that you were happily accepted. If you think you failed at something, picture yourself doing a great job. From a quantum point of view, this is a big deal. Most of the time, we think of the past as set in stone. However, quantum physics says that the past, present, and future are not connected in the way we think they are. The past is only a memory, a pattern of neurons in your brain that tells you what the chances are that the future will happen. Reliving the past in your mind doesn't mean you don't believe what happened. You are changing the spiritual and mental mark it left on you. You are going back in time and removing a different option from the superposition of the past. This stops your subconscious mind from having to keep doing bad things. If your mind remembers being turned down, it will predict that you will be turned down again. You give it a new way to plan your future by making it remember the vivid, emotional memory of being picked deeply. Your history is being fixed from the inside out. Fourth key, a state like sleep. During the sleepy, relaxed state just before you go to sleep, the door to your subconscious mind is most open. This is the state akin to sleep, or SATS, that Neville talked about. You have a quiet, aware mind, and your brainwaves have slowed down in this state. Your openness to suggestions is very high. This is your holy time to make things. Bring up your short scene of the wish coming true as you drift off to sleep. Do not push it. Feel the feeling of being done over and over again. You can feel the wedding band on your finger. Hold the keys to your new home in your hands. Feel the peace of mind that comes from being in great health. Spend some time with that knowing and feeling, and then go to sleep in that state. When you go to sleep, that last, strongest memory stays with your subconscious mind for a few hours. It lets you know that it's true. It starts to rearrange your energy field, link with the quantum field, and change the odds so that the outside world matches your new inner truth. This is not a trick to get the world to agree with you. These tools will persuade the deepest, most powerful part of you based on science. Reality has already changed once you're sure of something. The useful software for your new life is these tools. Make sure you have subscribed and turned on alerts for your quantum computer, so it keeps getting these important updates and energetic recalibrations. If you do this, you are telling the world that you are serious about changing. It sets off a field of constant learning that keeps your subconscious mind tuned in to the patterns that support your new identity. Let everyone know in the comments that you're ready to rewrite your basic code by writing new program. This is what you want the quantum computer in your mind to do. You are consciously getting rid of the old files that hold you back and downloading the new ones that bring you love, abundance, and freedom. Now is the time for your new program to start running. Let's go into more detail with a story, a myth for the modern artist. A very smart alchemist used to be obsessed with the famous magnum opus task of turning lead into gold. He worked hard in his lab for years. He read old books, mixed complicated formulas, did practices under the full moon, and even prayed to the gods to help him figure out what to do. But every morning, the dull, heavy lead that was in his furnace was the same. The lead didn't change. He was very angry and almost gave up because he thought he was a loser. His whole lab was a museum of his not having and a sign of what he wanted. He was tired and down on his luck one night, so he fell asleep deeply and had a strong dream. In his dream, he was in front of a beautiful mirror that sparkled. But when he looked in the mirror, he didn't see the angry and tired scientist. He saw a being that was made of pure, shining gold. He was gold, not gold in his hands. He could feel the weight, the brilliance, and the worth that was built into him. There was not a split. He woke up with a gasp and tears running down his face as the deep truth hit him. The secret was never about changing the metal on the outside. It was never about following rules or systems. The secret was about how to change the alchemist. It was about getting gold. If this story moves you, be its truth by leaving a comment below. I am gold. Feel it, don't just type it. Feel your own intrinsic value, your own brilliance, your own unchangeable worth that doesn't depend on anything else. This is your statement of who you are. There is worth in you. You are the source of it. He gave up all of his plans and formulas after that day. He spent his time meditating and thought he was made of gold. He walked like gold. He had a golden mind. He knew that he was valuable and smart in and of himself. He changed everything about who he was. The miracle then took place. There was no longer any need for him to touch the lead. His life began to change in every way. Chances that weren't there before became clear. People who didn't like him before were now drawn to his bright energy. It seemed like money and valuable things were coming to him from nowhere. It was impossible for the outside world not to show the deep change he had made inside. He realized that everything he touched had always turned into something valuable, but he hadn't seen it because he thought he was lead. This is what the law of assumption really means. You don't wait around for gold to show up. You turn into gold. This is the change from one phase of consciousness to another. You aren't just adding a new truth. What you are going through is a full reorganization, moving from the thick and heavy state of waiting and lacking to the bright and shining state of being and having. There is a new, higher level of coherence in your thoughts, feelings, actions, and energetic signature. You are no longer someone who is trying to bring wealth into their life. You are already abundant. You now know what to do. You know the huge difference between waiting for things to happen and deciding to assume they will. Real life is like an ocean of possibilities that is always changing, and your consciousness is the ship's captain. After this, where do we go? We bring it into the present. The quantum field doesn't work with dreams for the future. It works in the present moment. Right now is always and always where your power is. Please take a moment to think about this. Take a slow, deep breath in. Which thing does your heart really want the most? Is it love? Is it freedom? Is it peace? Is it good for you? Bring it to your mind. Do not think of it as something far away. I want you to take your first quantum jump. We're going to drop the story of wanting it for the next 60 seconds and just assume it. If it feels good, close your eyes. What would it feel like in your body right now if you could have everything you want? Do not think about what took place. That's the old way. Let yourself sink into the end state feeling. If you want love, feel the warmth of being hugged. Feel safe. In your heart, feel the soft peace that says, I am finally home. Let the feeling of being loved fill every part of your body. In the event that you want plenty, feel the deep comfort in your shoulders and stomach. Enjoy your freedom. Your needs are met, and you have more than enough to share. This will give you peace of mind. Feel the safety that covers you. If you want to be healthy, feel the life force moving through your body. Feel how light your body is. Feel the happiness of moving without any effort, and the deepest thanks for a body that works perfectly. Don't change how you feel. Take a deep breath in. You're not making this feeling up. It is a real vibration that you can touch. It is the frequency of a different world that you can access. You are tuning your dial by deciding to feel it now. This is the strongest message you can send to the universe. I choose this truth right now. I am this version of myself now. The start of your phase change is this simple, brave choice to feel good now and take control of your life now. You didn't put a seed in the soil of hope. You planted it in the soil of being. This is the first thing you think. There is a chance that the 3D world will not change in the next 60 seconds. That doesn't matter, though. You have already gone through the most important change. Your energy point of origin has changed. There has been a quantum leap in your consciousness. And if you can stay in this new state, if you can keep coming back to this thought, this feeling, every day, every moment, everything in your life has to catch up. It's important that the mirror shows the new you. Don't wait another day to get your attention. Please don't look down the empty tracks for any longer. Believe what you're told. Accept how you feel. Enter the being. Do what you need to do to live the life that has always been waiting for you in the beautiful, loving field of potential. Giving up trying is the fastest way to bring things into your life. Welcome back. As this transmission becomes a part of you, seal its energy with one last conscious understanding. To show your appreciation to the world and yourself for this reminder of your power, click the like button right now. When you show thanks, the frequency you just created gets stronger and gets locked into your cells. That being said, if this word moved you, be a light for other people. Give this video to someone you know who is ready to stop waiting and take charge. Sharing this transmission is a kind act that makes the energy 1,000 times stronger, causing a powerful wave of awakening that will speed up your own journey in ways you can't even imagine. Do one last strong thing in the comments section below and say, "It is done," to seal this transfer and your new belief in the quantum field. This should be your last act of hope and giving up. It's not, "I hope it gets done," or "it will be done." This is a message from the part of you that is already living your dream. You picked the world you live in. The message has been sent. It's done.